Welcome to Here Villains. Thank you for always following and supporting the channel. Who do you think is the most powerful character in the Marvel Universe? Thanos, the Watcher, Galactus, Franklin Richards, Phoenix Force, Eternity, Infinity, Death, and the Living Tribunal, the Beyonder, the One Above All. Before we dive into the analysis, please click the subscribe button. Please remember to turn on notifications and click the bell icon. Thank you very much. Thanos is the Madman of Titan, is one of the most powerful and fearsome entities in the Marvel Universe. Not only does he possess superior physical strength, he also has a superior intellect and extensive knowledge of the universe, science, magic, and parallel realities. Thanos is an excellent strategist, not only good at fighting, but also has the ability to manipulate psychology and control others to achieve his goals. His power is the ability to control Mephisto, an entity considered the embodiment of evil, which is not easily subdued by anyone. In terms of pure power, Thanos is considered to be only a small step behind Galactus, the destroyer of worlds, which speaks to the terror he possesses even without using powerful items. However, when equipped with the Infinity Gauntlet with all 6 Infinity Stones, Thanos becomes almost omnipotent in the multiverse. He can control space, time, reality, soul, mind, and power, the basic aspects of the universe with just a snap of his fingers. With that power, Thanos once wiped out half of all life in the universe in an instant, something that few other beings can do. Thanos' hand-to-hand combat ability is top-notch, enough to confront the most powerful warriors in the universe such as Thor, Hulk, Silver Surfer, or even Odin in some versions. Thanos also possesses the ability to absorb and manipulate energy, fire destructive blasts from his bare hands, teleport, create energy shields, and even regenerate wounds. Thanos often fights without the Infinity Gauntlet, but with the Infinity Gauntlet, he goes beyond the stature of a warrior, becoming an omnipotent entity that is nearly impossible to defeat against a god who can manipulate every aspect of reality. Even when facing superhero teams like the Avengers, X-Men, or the entire universe, Thanos can still maintain the upper hand. Not only that, Thanos is also a master of psychological warfare. He knows how to make his opponents panic, distract, and lose confidence in themselves, thereby defeating them without resorting to extreme violence. He understands the nature of his opponents and often turns their ideals, emotions, or psychological weaknesses into effective counter-attack weapons. Every time Thanos appears in battle, the atmosphere becomes heavy and tense, because those who have to confront him understand that this is not a life or death battle, but a battle against a superior intelligence that carries within it the nightmare of the entire universe. The Watcher, a typical representative of the Watcher's race, is one of the most ancient and powerful entities in the Marvel Universe. The Watchers have not only existed since the beginning of the universe, but also possess a wealth of knowledge far beyond that of any other being, including Galactus, the World Devourer. Considered to be the recorders of all events that occur in the universe, observing every timeline, the true power of the Watchers has never been clearly revealed, largely due to their voluntary restraint from using their powers. However, based on the events that appear in the stories, it can be inferred that they possess extremely formidable abilities, able to influence space, time, and reality on a cosmic level. Their sharing of knowledge with other civilizations in the past has led to catastrophic consequences. Among the Watchers, Uatu is the most prominent individual who is tasked with observing Earth and related events. Though bound by a vow of non-interference, Uatu has broken this rule on numerous occasions to aid heroes such as the Fantastic Four, the Avengers, or individuals such as Reed Richards. Uatu's intervention usually occurs when the universe or Earth is in danger of destruction, and the Watchers do not seek power or domination. They represent pure knowledge and the responsibility of maintaining the balance of information in the multiverse. This makes them unique as a symbol of sanity, a powerful silence, and a wisdom beyond the understanding of most living beings. Galactus, the cosmic entity known as the Devourer of Worlds, is one of the most powerful and mysterious beings. Unlike ordinary villains, Galactus does not act out of greed, power, or pure destruction. He exists as a natural law, a symbol of cosmic balance, both a disaster and an inevitability in the cycle of existence and rebirth of worlds. Galactus' terrible power comes from the power cosmic, an inevitable. Thanks to this power, Galactus can manipulate matter, energy, space, time, and even reality at will. He can absorb the entire life force of a planet to nourish himself, and each appearance brings almost certain destruction to that world. Galactus also possesses cosmic intelligence far beyond any civilization. He holds ancient knowledge from before the current universe was formed, being the sole survivor from the universe before Galan of Ta, before being transformed by the Big Bang into Galactus as we know him today. His knowledge includes the fundamental laws of the multiverse, the workings of transcendent entities, and even potential dangers that no one else can foresee. Galactus does not work alone. He often chooses heralds, individuals who are endowed with a portion of the power cosmic, to go ahead and search for suitable planets for him to consume. Among them, the Silver Surfer is the most famous and loyal herald at one time. Galactus imbued the Silver Surfer with immense power, transforming him into an entity capable of traveling between galaxies, confronting powerful enemies, and carrying out missions with dignity and tragedy. What is interesting about Galactus is that he is not clearly defined as good or evil. He is necessary for his existence to keep the universe from falling into a state of energy imbalance. His consumption of planets, while horrifying, acts as a filter for the cosmic ecosystem. For this reason, entities such as Eternity, Infinity, or even the Living Tribunal, symbols of absolute power, still accept the existence of Galactus as an indispensable part of the cosmic order. Whenever confronting an enemy, Galactus does not act like a normal warrior, but like a primal force where his very existence is an attack. With the power of the power cosmic, Galactus can release energy blasts capable of erasing planets, warping space, and changing the laws of physics at will. Galactus has been challenged by many powerful forces in the universe, such as Odin, the Celestials, Phoenix Force, Abraxas, Sphinx, and sometimes even his former heralds, including Silver Surfer or Terrax, when they turn against their former master. In such battles, Galactus usually does not need to move or use martial arts, but simply exists and lets his sheer power wipe out his opponents. However, when he meets a worthy opponent, he can unleash cosmic-level fury, shaking the surrounding dimensions. In his battle with the Celestials, the most ancient and powerful entities, Galactus was overwhelmed, showing that although he is nearly invincible, there are still forces that can threaten his existence. It is worth noting that Galactus rarely fights for hatred or power. His battles mainly occur when he is prevented from consuming the planet, or when the universe is threatened by chaotic forces beyond his control. Please subscribe to the channel, it helps us a lot, and moreover, you will see great videos every day. You are the best, thank you very much. Franklin Richards, son of Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, and Sue Storm, Invisible Woman of the Fantastic Four, is one of the few Omega-level mutants in the Marvel Universe. Despite his young age, Franklin is recognized as one of the most powerful beings ever to exist, with the ability to warp reality on a cosmic scale far beyond the limits of most normal mutants. Like other mutants who possess the ability to manipulate elements, teleport, or read minds, Franklin can restructure matter, create new universes, and alter the fabric of reality at will with virtually no limits. His power has been compared to cosmic entities such as the Celestials, and Galactus has accepted Franklin as his successor. A notable moment of Franklin's power is when he accidentally creates an entire universe just to contain the loved ones he does not want to lose. On other occasions, he has resurrected destroyed entities, something that only a few entities such as Eternity or the Living Tribunal can do. Additionally, Franklin has the ability to travel through time, communicate and interact with cosmic entities, and maintain his powers even as a child. Franklin's most notable trait is his kindness and superior moral character, which contrasts with the near omnipotent power he possesses. So, not corrupted by power, Franklin always fights to protect life and maintain balance in the multiverse, which makes him not only the most powerful but also the most respected mutant. In his encounters with hostile forces such as Celia, Onslaught, or even the Celestials, Franklin has shown that his control of his powers can reach a cosmic level. He has restructured part of reality to eliminate the threat without harming anyone. The Phoenix Force, child of the universe, is one of the most primal and powerful cosmic entities in the entire universe. The Phoenix is the embodiment of life, death, and rebirth, representing the endless cycle of evolution and destruction in the universe. The core ability of the Phoenix Force is to possess hosts, granting them immense cosmic power, especially in the fields of telepathy, matter, and energy manipulation. When you gave power to the Phoenix Force, they will possess powers including telepathy, telekinesis, teleportation, and most importantly, manipulation of matter at the subatomic level. This means they can split or restructure the atoms of any object, altering the form of reality at will. It is powerful enough to regenerate entire planets or revive lost beings. The Phoenix Force has no physical form but exists as a pure energy entity in Marvel history. The Phoenix's most famous host is Jean Grey of the X-Men. When possessed by Phoenix, Jean becomes Dark Phoenix, a powerful being, once destroyed an entire star system with a single emotional outburst, showing that the Phoenix Force is not only powerful in terms of energy, but also extremely dangerous if the host cannot control his or her mind. In addition to Jean Grey, characters such as Rachel Summers, Hope Summers, Cyclops, even Namor and Emma Frost have also held some of the Phoenix's power, especially in the event Avengers vs. X-Men, when the Phoenix was split into 5 pieces and passed on to the group called Phoenix 5. Although it is the embodiment of destruction, the Phoenix Force is not entirely evil. This entity acts according to a way of thinking that goes beyond human morality, with the purpose of ensuring the optimal development and evolution of all things. Sometimes the Phoenix becomes an unwilling ally of the heroes when the multiverse is in danger, but at times it is a threat that even entities like Galactus or Eternity must be wary of. In battle, the Phoenix relies not only on raw power, but also on the brutality of cosmic energy. She can tear apart an enemy's atoms, burn their souls, reverse time in a limited area, or turn an opponent's attack into nothingness. A particularly dangerous trait is that the Phoenix is not bound by the laws of physics. She can fight across space, time, and even in different dimensions at the same time. Notable enemies that the Phoenix Force has faced include the Shi'ar Empire, Gladiator, Apocalypse, and even Galactus. In extreme situations, such as when Jean Grey was transformed into the Dark Phoenix, her power consumed an entire star system, killing billions of lives not intentionally, but because she could not control the terrible power boiling inside her. Typically, when Phoenix Jean Grey confronted the X-Men, who were once close teammates, the battle was not only physically brutal but also tragic, as the X-Men had to choose between protecting humanity and saving their friend from the Phoenix's destruction. In the end, Jean sacrificed herself to stop the Phoenix from further destruction, showing that despite being the embodiment of limitless cosmic power, the Phoenix's greatest battle was within its host. Eternity, Infinity, Death, and the Living Tribunal are 4 of the ultimate abstract cosmic entities in the universe. Each entity is not simply a being with supernatural powers, but rather the embodiment of the unchanging and ultimate laws that exist beyond space, time, and matter. Eternity embodies the entire timeline and physical universe that has existed since the first moment of the universe's creation. He is the living manifestation of all space, time, matter, and energy, and is aware of every event and every microscopic movement in the universe. Eternity has the ability to manipulate reality, alter the laws of physics, create or destroy timelines, and interact directly with entities such as Galactus, the Celestials, or even the Beyonder. Please subscribe to the channel, it helps us a lot, and moreover, you will see great videos every day. You are the best. Thank you very much. However, Eternity cannot overcome or control the higher entity, the Living Tribunal, which acts as the ultimate guardian of law and balance in the multiverse. Eternity's sister, Infinity, represents the concept of infinity, which encompasses infinite space and the universe's limitless growth potential. Despite being the sister, Infinity's power is considered equal to Eternity's, and the two are often seen as a pair that balances the cyclical and potential of life. Death is the embodiment of the end, of death in the true sense of the word, an inescapable cosmic force. Unlike conventional villains, death does not act out of malice, but out of a mission to preserve the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Many powerful beings, including Thanos, have worshipped death as a supreme deity. Death has the ability to reduce all living things, even immortals, to nothingness if she so chooses, even men, if only they lived to provide information and all the knowledge needed for all survival, they could resist. Oblivion, the antithesis of existence, is the embodiment of absolute nothingness, the state before everything came into being and after everything ends. Oblivion is not pure destruction, but non-existence, a void in which no form, concept, or idea can exist. While death ends life, Oblivion erases the very concept of existence. Above all is the Living Tribunal, a three-faced entity representing justice, balance, and vengeance, responsible for maintaining order throughout the multiverse. The Living Tribunal can judge, repair, or destroy any universe if it deems an imbalance that threatens the integrity of the whole. No entity, not even eternity or infinity, can surpass or defy his judgment. The Living Tribunal has existed since the beginning of the universe and is omnipotent and omniscient. Even Thanos wielding the Infinity Gauntlet would not dare fight this entity. The Beyonder is one of the most powerful entities in the Marvel Universe, especially in the pre-retcon era. When he first appeared in the Secret Wars event in 1984, the Beyonder was described as being omnipotent, omniscient, and virtually omnipresent, meaning he could do anything, know everything, and be everywhere at will. The Beyonder is feared by many cosmic figures because he does not belong to any of the Marvel systems of reality. He comes from an entirely different dimension, called the Beyond Realm, where the concepts of existence and limits no longer apply as they do in the multiverse. This makes the Beyonder a real threat to the multiverse itself, with entities such as Eternity, Death, Infinity, and the Living Tribunal being wary. In Secret Wars, the Beyonder created a new world called Battle World by collecting parts of planets in the universe and combining them into a single entity just to observe how superheroes and villains behave. His powers extend beyond the manipulation of space or matter to the ability to alter the nature of souls, restore life, and even erase entire concepts such as death, time, or identity. The Beyonder's restoring Daredevil's sight was a small, almost insignificant act compared to his true potential as a being who could destroy the entire multiverse with a mere thought or recreate it at will. In some versions, the Beyonder has even defeated the Celestials, Eternity, Mephisto, and the Living Tribunal in combat simulations or hypothetical scenarios, emphasizing his overwhelming power. However, after events such as Secret Wars 2 and beyond, this character was edited by Marvel, lowering his power to balance the plot, making the Beyonder an inhuman possessing cosmic power instead of an omnipotent entity as he was originally. The One Above All is the supreme being in the entire multiverse. He is not only the creator of all universes, but also the embodiment of the absolute will of creation in the Marvel Universe. The One Above All is considered omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, and transcends all concepts of space, time, or reality. As the absolute master of the Living Tribunal, the entity tasked with maintaining the balance between the universes, the One Above All holds ultimate power, able to create, alter, or erase any being, concept, or system in existence. Although he rarely appears directly, each time he appears, events are beyond the control of all other entities, including those with cosmic powers such as Eternity, Infinity, or even the Beyonder. The One Above All is described as an entity that transcends the concept of power because he is not bound by the laws of physics, logic, or any limitations, showing that the One Above All is the divine hand that creates every story, every fate of heroes and villains in this universe. One of the most prominent appearances of the One Above All is when he comforts and guides Peter Parker Spider-Man while he suffers the pain of losing a loved one. In the form of an anonymous man, he is still the embodiment of supreme kindness and infinite compassion. The One Above All represents a transcendent entity that transcends the concept of existence or non-existence. He is not limited by any dimension, and his presence spans every universe, every version, and every story. No entity can challenge, defeat, or replace the One Above All, because if he ceases to exist, the entire Marvel Universe will collapse. So, who do you think is the strongest character among them? I hope you enjoyed this fight. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Follow me if you like. That's it for today's video. Thanks a lot.